Capsule number 3, application letter, with Mr. Vizcarro. Today's learning outcome. By the end of the capsule, students will be able to understand how an application letter must be done. Let's summarize what we have learned so far. Number 1, vocabulary related to jobs and occupations. Number 2, what are skills, abilities, and disabilities? Number 3, what is drama play and its elements? And number 4, how to create characters using all the elements above. So let's focus on application letters. These documents provide details of skills and abilities a candidate has, as well as his or her educational background and job experience. Do not forget that this is a formal document, so you cannot use informal style. So let's make some revision on formal and informal style. Number 1, formal style cannot use abbreviations. Example, his, I'm, its. That would be wrong. Number 2, always begin a formal letter with Dear Mr. or Mrs. and the surname of the person. Mr. Vizcarro. Number 3, try to use polite vocabulary. Example, I am writing to request. Number 4, avoid using everyday words and expressions such as hello, how are you, be in touch, just a quick note. Number 5, there are formal ways to say some common expressions. Just a quick note that is informal could be said such as I'm just writing, formal. Be in touch, informal, could be said such as stay in contact, formal. An important aspect to consider when you want to write an application letter is to sell yourself. In order to do it right, we need to have knowledge on our skills and abilities. Now, look at this picture. Think about soft and hard skills they have to get their jobs and answer. What kind of skills did the applicants need to get their jobs? In the first picture, upper left side, you can see a woman who is a mechanic, so we could say a mechanic needs to be a problem-solving person and have troubleshooting skills. A photographer needs to be a good observer and have editing software knowledge. A chef needs to be a creative person and have teamwork knowledge. A hairdresser needs to be a creative person and have workflow developed techniques. Let's classify them into soft skills and hard skills. Soft skills would be to be a problem-solving person, a good observer, a creative person. Hard skills, on the other hand, is troubleshooting skills, editing software knowledge, teamwork knowledge, and workflow developed techniques. So, hard skills versus soft skills, what's the difference? Let's see. On one hand, we have soft skills. We define soft skills as abilities not unique to any job. Are you a great communicator, for example? Do you collaborate with others like Steve Rogers? Those are softer skills, for example, communication skills and management skills. On the other hand, we have hard skills. Hard skills are teachable abilities or skill sets easily measurable. We define hard skills as the technical abilities that fit the job. Normally, you can acquire hard skills in the classroom, in an online course, through books and other materials, or on the job. For example, for nurses, outpatient education and phlebotomy. So, now let's see the big concept of the unit. Skill versus ability, or skill or ability. Are they the same? Ability is a natural capability you have always had. You are born with it. And skills are acquired through experience and training. So, what are you supposed to do in your handout? Let's see. Next is number 1, you have to match concept with their corresponding meaning. I will give you 2 tips to do it better. Tip number 1, write the letter of the concept in the meaning gap. And tip number 2, there is one extra meaning, so be very careful and read carefully the definitions. Exercise 2. Read the expressions and decide if they are formal or informal. You have to classify them in the box given. Here I will give you one tip: to look for the words that look familiar in everyday actions and that they are in some way informal. Exercise 3. To scan the information asked in the text. Here I will give you 2 tips. Tip number 1, write complete sentences, and tip number 2, do not forget to use the same words from the text to answer, so you do not need to create anything new. Exercise 4, create a new character, but this time must be an opposite to the character you created last handout. In other words, the nemesis of your first character. So tip number 1 here is to be clear with the skills and abilities you are going to give to your character. So in the first handout, if you wrote about a villain, now you will have to write about a hero. Remember that these 2 characters are going to be nemesis between them, and they are going to be the main characters of your play that you are going to do in your final product or final project. In conclusion, number 1, in order to write a good application letter, it is important to learn about formal and informal styles, skills, abilities, and keywords related to the job you are interested in. 2, when you write an application letter, the structure of it must be very, very clear. If you have any doubt, read writing guidelines section from the text. Well, here it says 4, but it should be 3. Use keywords taken from the job advice you are applying to, so you will show real interest in it. Number 4 or 5, if you have any doubt on which skill or ability to use, go to links of interest in this PPT and at the end of the presentation and surf that site. You will find relevant information on this. So we still work on creating characters for our final drama plays, so keep the good work done so far. And yes, we made it. Once again, we achieved our learning outcome with success. So remember how this class made of. This class number 3, is made of a capsule 3, teacher explanation, and handout 3, that is student's product that you have to send me back. Our process is very easy. First, watch capsule number 3. Second, work on handout number 3. And last, send it to your teacher and he will make the corrections. Remember that I will send it back to you. You have to make the corrections and then send it back to me once again. So what are we going to do next classes? Sorry. 1, keep working on how to write a good application letter. 2, keep learning specific vocabulary related to skills, abilities, and jobs. To create a final project related to a drama script and writing an application letter. To improve our writing skills and to develop more reading skills in order to get used to how vocabulary related to drama and its elements. So, question, do not forget to write me to my Gmail or visit my Instagram. Here you will find links of interest. As I told you before, here you have the website called 99 Key Skills for a Resume. Very interesting if you have any doubt or you need to know more about skills and find these skills and abilities. And if you want to know more about some aspects related to elements of drama, you can visit the second link that is going to be very useful when you develop your plot about your play on drama. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you very, very soon at school. Stay healthy and stay safe.